from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Monday, December 5th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. Hazleton fire crews were called to an apartment building at 123 North Laurel Street around 9 o'clock this morning. Smoke was coming out of the top window of the apartment due to a cigarette. No one was injured, and those who reside in the apartment building were able to go back in once fire crews left that scene. There was an armed robbery in Bloomsburg last night. It happened around 7 o'clock. Two men entered a home on Penn Street just with handguns. The men walked in through an unlocked front door and robbed those inside. Police are investigating. Anyone with information is asked to call Bloomsburg Police at 570-784-4155 or 570-784-6300. Penn State rioted again following its win in the Big Ten championship game on Saturday. In fact, witnesses said this riot was bigger than the one that happened in October when Penn State upset Ohio State. Around 10,000 people rioted downtown State College. At least one street light, pole and all, was ripped out of the ground. Several street signs were also pulled down. At least one bus stop had its large windows smashed out of it, as did several buildings downtown. State College police haven't said much, but said several people were arrested. Police were also viewing cell phone video looking for others who may be charged. Police used pepper spray on rioters to break up numerous disturbances. There were no reported injuries. Penn State will face number 9 USC in the Rose Bowl on January 2nd. Attention residents in Mahanoy City that live on the east side of town. The borough has issued a water boil advisory for those who live in the 200 to 600 blocks of East Mahanoy and East South Streets. The borough says you must boil the water before drinking it or using it until further notice. WYLN will keep those who live in the area updated until that problem is resolved. Suburban Philadelphia Congressman Pat Meehan is said to be considering a run against Bob Casey for Senate. He hasn't commented, but word about GOP circles is that Meehan's looking at it. Meehan is 61 years old. He's been the 7th District Congressman since 2011. Prior to that, he was a U.S. attorney, and before that, the Delaware County District Attorney. Republicans increasingly think that they have a chance to unseat Casey in 2 years. The city of Hazleton celebrated a milestone birthday over the weekend. WYLN's Aaron Harvey has more.
The city of Hazleton celebrated its 125th birthday yesterday, although it was a borough long before it became a city. Over the past 125 years, there have been 27 different men to serve as mayor of the city. Current mayor of the city, Jeff Cassatt, explained some of the city's history.
28th mayor in the history of the city of Hazleton. 27th different person to hold the position, but I'm position number 28. The city originally incorporated on December 4th, 1871. This week marked the 125th anniversary of Hazleton becoming a city.
Local historian L.A. Tyrone says when the city merged from a borough to a city, its population was rapidly growing.
It had been chartered originally as a borough and was rechartered, as you mentioned, December 4th, 1891. And the population was in the midst of a huge boom when the rechartering happened. Hazleton went from a borough of about 1,500 people in 1850 to somewhere around almost 25,000 by 1900. So it was in the middle of this huge. It was one of the fastest population booms anywhere in the country. Everybody forgets that.
Former mayor of the city of Hazleton, Joseph Yanuzzi, says the city's population grew until about the 1940s, then declined until 2006.
The city of Hazleton grew up until 1940 when the war, and after that the coal mines shut down, the silk mills shut down, and then the city of Hazleton's population went down from that point on up until the influx of the Hispanic community in 2006. It started to grow again. 2010, we went back up to 25,000 population from 21. So the city had its ups and its downs, but it's still around. Great town.
Changing from a borough to a city caused many battles early on.
You had a bunch of different battles going on. They had already started fighting amongst themselves as to where they were going to put the new city hall, because where the Historical Society is, that was actually the first city hall. That was Borough Hall, and it was retained as city hall until they could find someplace better. And then the fights started. There were about 4 or 5 different locations they were arguing over as to where the new city hall was going to go, and there were charges of who was connected to whom, and that's why you're getting this and everything. But of course, it turned out, and the city hall still looks a little bit like a courthouse because it was intended to be. This is after the first serious effort to break away a separate county. That happened in 1888. Then there was a very serious drive in 1894, another very serious drive in 1907, and a couple of sporadic stabs at it here and there.
Newsy gives us his opinion on what he thinks the future holds for the city of Hazleton.
The city of Hazleton's on good track right now with the incoming Latino community and the population growth and the job situations in the city of Hazleton. Everything looks like it's on the right track, but who knows what the future brings.
For WILN News, I'm Erin Harvey.
Thank you, Aaron. Downtown Hazleton kicked off the holiday season on the right foot this past weekend. The city looked like a Christmas scene straight out of a Norman Rockwell portrait on Friday night. Dancers, entertainers, shoppers, and merchants all participated in Wasselfest as part of the Chamber's First Friday.
We sold a bunch of tickets. People are out and about walking around. We have people signed up at each location to have guest retailers as well. So we have about 40 guest retailers that are out in about 17 different locations. And each location has a tasting of a different Christmas cocktail. So everybody's going around with their little tasting mug and shopping at the same time. We also have some Christmas carolers out, and we had a couple special events throughout the route.
Mr. and Mrs. Claus were also on hand, hamming it up for the cameras with children who are eagerly awaiting the holiday season. Cadets from the Lackawanna College Police Academy made sure that shoppers had a great experience. To find out about upcoming holiday events, you can visit hazletonchamber.org. Time now for a first look at our forecast. A cold and snowy morning to start off the work week. But what can we expect temperature-wise for the rest of the week, and can we expect any more snow? Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Yeah, we do have a chance of a little bit of some snow and rain mix heading into tomorrow and tomorrow night. Minimal accumulations at best. But yeah, we had some of that morning snow around, but most of it pretty much kind of melted throughout the daytime hours. But we're going to be dealing with some colder temperatures. Some of the high temperatures we're not going to be getting out of the 20s. I'll explain with the 7-day forecast in just a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, one local supermarket is starting a program to help out the less fortunate. Plus, it's Medical Monday here on WILN. And there's more news, weather, and sports with Eric DiBerardinis coming your way. Stay tuned.
You're watching WILN News with Ann Gownley, video journalists Mike Lula and Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Gary Perna, Abby Piskel, and Erin Harvey. Sports with Eric DiBerardinis and John Eric Poli, and weather with Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik.
Why do so many Subaru buyers love Fairway Subaru?
By far, Fairway Subaru gave me the best price and the best trade-in.
I've been very pleased with their service.
We actually found what we were looking for right off the lot.
Made sure that the vehicle I was looking for fit my needs. I really feel like a part of their extended family.
Fairway Subaru on Route 309, Hazel Township, or visit us online during the Subaru Share the Love event.
The Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy at making fine candy for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land that Victoria's candies would one day be leading the rest. Now that day is here, for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
When buying your groceries, you typically think about what to get to feed your family and yourself. Well, now one local supermarket is providing customers a way to help buy a bag of groceries for families in need in the local area. WYLN's Abby Piskel has all the details.
The United Way of Greater Hazleton and the Save-A-Lot supermarket in the Hazleton Shopping Center are working to help hungry families in the Greater Hazleton area. Customers who shop at Save-A-Lot can support the Bags of a Brighter Holiday campaign while checking out at the register, buying a bag of pre-packaged groceries.
This project is terrific because it's very simple, and folks just buy the bag of groceries here at Save-A-Lot, and there's a beautiful selection of non-perishable foods in there that will be very helpful to our families in need. And believe me, there's an exponential growth in this community, and it's just magnified even more this time of year.
During the Thanksgiving and Christmas distributions, the United Way of Greater Hazleton was able to help feed over 1,200 families, and they wanted to keep the process going.
A family could be a family of 4 or a family of 6. So that's roughly about 5,000 or 6,000 people that have been served for their holidays. The problem is what happens after the holiday. Now, the definition of a pantry is somewhere where you store something. After the holidays, there is no storing anything because our product is gone. This will give our 4 agencies an opportunity to replenish at the most critical time of the year, which is after the holidays.
The prepackaged bags contain items from stuffing to potatoes to vegetables, all of the fixings for a Christmas dinner.
All they have to do is just come into the store. They can go through one of our registers. It's $5.99 for the bag. And what we'll do is we'll take the bag off of our bagging table over here. We pull the slip off. They can fill it out. We'll put it on our wall for them, and it goes into our bin. And this is going to run all the way through December 24th. So we'll just continually donate this right over to the United Way.
Save-A-Lot store manager Todd Statuto says that it's great to be a part of this project.
It's huge. It's a huge impact here. All of our employees are phenomenal. They all have big hearts, and they're the ones that are really doing all the work on this. I'm merely in the backpack of the bags getting everything ready. They're the ones out here pushing it, and I can't say how proud I am. We're all here to help the community.
Again, while shopping at the Save-A-Lot in Hazleton, you can buy a pre-packaged bag of groceries at the registers for just $5.99 to help out local families in the area. For WYLN News, I'm Abby Piskel.
Thank you, Abby. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at our forecast. Plus, it's Medical Monday with Cheng O from Physical Therapy and Balance Centers of Hazleton. Stay tuned.
Joe Stepansky, Fire Chief with the Fairlawn Fire Department. Like to wish everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and be safe.
When your car won't start one cold winter morning, call Paul's Auto Center. He offers mobile battery service along with 24-hour towing and recovery. With 2 locations to serve you, Beaver Meadows and Hazleton. AAA members are welcome. Lockouts, flat tires, winch outs, paint and body repairs, not to mention complete car and truck repairs. All this and more at Paul's Auto Center. Call 570-455-8418.
Why do so many Subaru buyers love Fairway Subaru?
By far, Fairway Subaru gave me the best price and the best trade-in.
I've been very pleased with their service.
We actually found what we were looking for right off the lot.
Made sure that the vehicle I was looking for fit my needs. I really feel like a part of their extended family.
Fairway Subaru on Route 309, Hazel Township, or visit us online during the Subaru Share the Love event.
Well, not too bad walking outside today. Considering we are in December, we know just how brutal weather can be across northeastern PA, but it's actually not bad standing outside now. But things are going to be changing over the next couple of days, and we got some much colder air to talk about in our forecast. We're looking at probably not getting out of the 20s for daytime high temperatures, and maybe a little bit of some rain and snow heading into tomorrow and as we head into tomorrow night. Taking a look at the numbers right now, and you know, it's not too bad. Even though temperatures are in the 30s, you walk outside, you don't feel the wind at all. They continue to be relatively light. That's the good news, because you walk outside, it's actually not bad. We know what can happen in December across our area. And we did have some precipitation out there earlier. In fact, we had a little bit of that light snow and some light snow and rain mix, but most of that pretty much is gone. Temperature-wise, for the day, it's gone because we did get up to 40. That was in the afternoon hours. That's not bad for this time of year either. The overnight low being 30 degrees, and we did see that wind gust. It was windy, but since then, the winds have tapered down. That was around midnight hour, 25-mile-per-hour wind gust. Throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, it's not doing too bad. We got some clouds. Got the moon overhead as well. Temperatures in many areas still in the 40s. Higher elevations, temperatures in the 30s, but again, those numbers are going to continue to drop as we head through the overnight hours. And those winds, you like to see the winds fairly light this time of year, because you walk outside, you don't feel that briskness, if you will, in the air. It's actually not too bad. But again, all that's going to change in a 7-day extended forecast, which we want to thank Fairway Subaru for sponsoring. In fact, Fairway Subaru is proud to support Make-A-Wish Foundation of Greater Pennsylvania with a $250 Subaru donation in connection with the Share the Love event, helping to share even more love right here in our community through January the 3rd. So we got that rain and snow a little bit around for tomorrow into tomorrow night, and then in the mid to upper 30s for Wednesday, 30s for Thursday, but if you notice then by Friday, Saturday, the weekend, we'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine, but it's going to be cold. We're not going to get out of the 20s, and some of those overnight lows dropping down into the teens. We'll have more for you coming up after the break.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Mike Stower Coal and Oil Fuel Delivery, with automatic delivery and budget plans available. 24-hour furnace service. Discount pricing for businesses and restaurants. Call them for a quote. Also, propane is now available, with a portion of the annual proceeds going to the Cancer Foundation for breast cancer awareness. Accepting major credit cards. Call 570-636-0503. StowerCoalAndOil.com.
Tickets are now on sale for the annual Sounds of the Season concert at the Alice C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton. Ring in the holidays with performances by the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, Fabergé Follies, Fabergé School of Dance, Hazleton Philharmonic Big Band Sound, the Tin Roof Brass Band, and narration by Reverend Anthony Generose. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. Sounds of the Season is brought to you by these businesses.
It's Medical Monday with Ting O of Physical Therapy and Balance Centers of Hazleton. And this week, Ting O tells us all about meniscus therapy. Ting O, take it away.
So recently I read an interesting article that showed after someone has a arthroscopic knee surgery to fix a degenerative meniscal tear, it actually will increase your risk of having knee replacement in the future by 3 times. So that's pretty significant for the people out there who are thinking about having arthroscopic knee surgeries. But why is this the case? They're not 100% sure, but you would think that the meniscus being a cushioning shock absorber in the knee, you would think that if you removed a shock absorber in the knee, it might allow more stress to transmit through the knee as you go through your daily life, which may result in more degeneration of the cartilage in there, which may create more problems in the future, which may lead you to more risk of having a knee replacement. The meniscus in the knee may not even be a pain-sensitive structure anyway. Some of the studies they've done previously has shown that of the people that did not have knee pain, I believe it was 76% of them had a meniscal tear in their knee anyway. These are for people over the age of 40. So with the meniscus not being a pain-sensitive structure, it may not make a lot of sense to either fix them or remove them for people that have knee pain. So what can you do if you have knee pain if you're looking not to have surgery? Well, there's a lot of other things that can create pain in the knee aside from arthritis. The most common that we deal with in the clinic every day is tightnesses in the soft tissue, weaknesses in the quadricep muscle, and also instabilities. Of the research that they've done on arthritis before, they found that people have a weakness in their quadricep muscle, which is the muscle in the front of the thigh, and they are only able to contract that muscle up to 70%. So it would make sense that working on strengthening that muscle and being able to make that muscle a bit more able to shock absorb the forces that goes through the knee would help reduce the stresses that goes through the knee and reduce the stresses on the cartilage and also on the meniscus itself. If you're having knee pain and you're thinking about having arthroscopic knee surgery for your knee, think twice about it, because arthroscopic knee surgeries have been found to be no more beneficial than conservative management anyway, and it has been shown to be not very effective versus placebo, which was a fake surgery. So think conservatively to start with, and you might just save yourself surgery in the first place and even a surgery down in the future.
Call Physical Therapy and Balance Centers for a free 20-minute question and answer session. 501-1808. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, 1324 North Church Street in Hazel Township, or visit them online at hazeltonpt.com.
Minutes away. That's right, you're just minutes away from a great deal on a new car, truck, or SUV from Barber Ford. 2 great locations, Exeter and Hazleton. The best deals on America's #1 brand are just 19 minutes from Scranton, 15 minutes from Wilkes-Barre, 12 minutes from Old Forge, 18 minutes from Mountaintop, and 28 minutes from Berwick. Barber Ford in Exeter and Barber Ford in Hazleton. Start your new car search today at barberautogroup.com, where nobody sells for less.
It's time to find your copy of the Freeland Progress. Look inside for the cemetery adventure featuring local historic cemeteries and a special story about our local anthracite history. The Freeland Progress is free at locations throughout Freeland, Whitehaven, Blakesley, Berwick, Cunningham, Drums, and the Hazleton area. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
It's going to take a while for Berwick to shake its reputation as a football town, but the way the guys on the hardwood see it, there's no reason it can't be both a football and basketball town. The Bulldogs enter this season coming off a state playoff appearance, but with 3 new starters. So there's still plenty to prove.
You know, there's a lot of expectations. Some people in the community think it may just be a fluke, and we're here this year to prove them wrong. Show them what we're about.
Last year was definitely not a fluke. We're definitely ready and increasing in numbers, as you can see, and just ability to do things. Everybody's got better over the summer, so we're all just still working. But it's not a fluke, definitely not.
Our kids don't want to be labeled like an 80s hit, a one-hit wonder, and that's what we're banking on this year. We want to get back to the arena and taste that success again this year.
Berwick opens their season by hosting the 16th annual Nespoli tournament, which tips off this Friday. The Dogs start with Southern Columbia. If we're ranking consolation prizes, the Rose Bowl near the top of the list. Penn State football headed to the granddaddy of them all, as they call it, for a matchup with equally hot USC. The Nittany Lions defeated Wisconsin 38-31 in Saturday's Big Ten Championship, and almost, but not really, made the top 4. So Rose Bowl it is for the 5th-ranked team in the country, far exceeding preseason expectations. Now today, the Associated Press named sophomore running back Saquon Barkley Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, and third-year head coach James Franklin the Big Ten Coach of the Year, matching what the conference gave out last week. In October, they were the best. November, they were the best. Could the Baby Pens carry their excellent play into December? A weekend pair for WBS in Canada versus St. John's. Saturday went pretty well. There's Danny Christo's first goal in a Penguins uniform, and it's the first of many on the night. Wilkes-Barre Scranton nets 3 on the power play. Captain Tom Kostopoulos tallies 3 assists, bringing him into the top 100 all-time on the AHL points list. And the Penguins take it. 6-2 is the final score. Sunday, the Pens able to come back from a 2-goal deficit and pick up a point, but ultimately they fall to the Ice Caps 3-2 in overtime. Wilkes-Barre Scranton off until Friday, but then a busy weekend with 2 games against the Hershey Bears and 1 against the Bridgeport Sound. And lastly, defending champ Villanova men's basketball up to number 1 in the latest rankings. The Wildcats are still undefeated. That's it for sports. Stay tuned.
The L.C. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton proudly presents 1224, Wednesday, December 28th at 7 p.m. This Christmas concert combines holiday music with a theatrical rock edge and a musical storyline to create a holiday show suitable for fans of all ages. 1224, featuring the music of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra as well as their own holiday creations. It's the magic of Christmas brought to life at every show.
The Victoria story's a glorious story, the sweetest that's ever been told. They found they were handy at making fine candy for family and friends to behold. Word spread through the land that Victoria's candies would one day be leading the rest. Now that day is here, for the facts are quite clear that Victoria's candies are best.
The Cheese Store and More is your one-stop shop for holiday favorites. Order your cookie trays, your meat trays, and baskets now. The last day to order is December 8th. So call or stop in today and remember their holiday hours. Steinbrenner Auto Sales and Service, 697 South Mountain Boulevard in Mountain Top. With over 35 years of experience, make them your only call when shopping for tires or service work. They will match or beat any competitor's pricing. 100% customer satisfaction.
Enter Penny's Classified Holiday Promotion for your chance to win one of these great gift certificates from the Purple Rose Cafe, Barbush Auto, TM Auto, Ham Cakes, Product Jewelers, Vesuvio's, A&A Pizza, and John's Family Restaurant. Call 570-459-1869 extension 1110 and leave your name and phone number for a chance to win. Winners will be announced Monday, December 19th on WYLN's Evening Edition at 5:30 and Late Edition at 10 p.m. Good luck to everyone and happy holidays.
Okay, so we got a little bit of some rain and snow mix across our area for tomorrow and tomorrow night, and then after that we clear things out in the mid to upper 30s for Wednesday, lower 30s for Thursday, and then here comes the colder weather for the weekend. Looks like as we go into our Friday and Saturday, I'm probably not going to get over the 20s for daytime high temperatures despite the sunshine that's around. And it's kind of still looking kind of quiet with the exception of tomorrow. The rest of the week looking quiet going into early next week. But those overnight lows, you notice a big difference. 20s and even some teens come Friday night and Saturday night.
All right, so it certainly was an ugly winter morning today.
Yeah.
I don't know if all the parts of our area, our viewing area were like that, but I know down where I live, it was...
Hey, it's this time of year. It's December, yeah.
It is, but I thought maybe we could just hold off a little bit more. But What are you going to do? More basketball previews for you.
Coming up, the season starts on Friday. So football ended, and before we knew it, basketball is here. Our season for basketball starts in early January, so we'll have a full slate of games. 16 games we'll be bringing you this season on WYLN.
Yeah, the crew's getting ready, and of course, everybody likes to watch good basketball games. So hopefully this year's team matchups are going to be great. Have a good night, everyone.